This one's a little bit bigger. We do have the parentheses. And so just like I've talked about before, right now, I'm going to take this 250 stuff right here. I'm just going to erase it just so I don't have to worry about it. It's there. We'll show it later. I don't care that it's there right now because I'm just going to focus on the parentheses. Okay, that's our first operation in the order of operations. And we even see inside this parentheses another set of parentheses, right? Which means that really I can ignore the rest of this stuff here too. Okay, all I really am concerned about right now to start out with is 8 minus 14. And this is the beauty of order of operations because it forces us to take big problems like the one that we started with and narrow it down into just operating with two numbers instead of lots of them, which can cause confusion. And that's one reason why I like to just kind of cover them like I did, because at least it helps me to organize what I'm going to do. So right here I've got 8 minus 14. And again, if you change that to a plus a negative right there, I can see that I have more negatives than positives. You wouldn't have to do that. You could say on this one, well, you're taking away more than you start with, so I know the answer is going to be negative. Then you just take the big number, 14, and minus the small one, 8. 14 take away 8 is 6. So we end up with negative 6. Now that's just from that set of parentheses, which you could keep in parentheses if you'd like to. Well, I don't think you necessarily have to, but let's look at the rest of that set of parentheses here, okay? So the rest of that set of parentheses, we got negative 3 minus 4 times the negative 6, and then divide by this negative 6. Now, of course, we still have the first part of the problem, which I forget now if it was addition or subtraction. Doesn't matter. Next, inside this bracketed set of parentheses, because we've simplified both sets of parentheses, there's no exponents. So now we move to multiplication or division. And there is multiplication between the 4 and negative 6. So that is what I will start with. And I'm not going to worry about the division right now. I'm just going to stick with this multiplication part. 4 times negative 6 would be negative 24. So now I got negative 3 minus negative 24. Since it's minus a negative, I'll put this in parentheses. And I'll now look at the divide by negative 6. So that was multiplication right there. Now I move into, well, I guess I stay in multiplication or division because we do have division here. Negative 24 divided by negative 6. Now I'm looking at two negatives. Two negatives make a positive, and then 24 divided by 6 is 4. All right, so that's that part. Of course, we still got the negative 3 minus the 4 there, and the brackets here in the end. Okay, so again, just finishing this set of brackets, I got negative 3, and we're going to take away 4, so we're going more into the negatives, which means my answer will be a negative. Then we'll combine the 3 and 4, which is 7. So inside the square brackets, we end up with negative 7. Now, this is where we go back to the beginning, or as a minus. 250 minus here, negative 7, and I do need more space. But minus a negative, that's going to make a plus right here. And you can stack if you need to. Right? Just never be ashamed to stack and add these. So in the ones place value, 0 plus 7 is 7. If you don't need to stack and add, that's fine too. Drop the 5 in the tens place value, drop the 2 in the hundreds, and by combining these two, we end up with a positive 257.